I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief. Know what I want, so I'll take it on. I've made mistakes, but mistakes make you strong.
Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. My name is Mitesh and today we will learn about React.js. So what we will build in this lecture is this GitHub profile. So we will only build UI in part 1. In part 2 we will learn how we can change this information depending on the form. And in part 3, we will learn how to get this data through GitHub API. Okay, so let's start. So this is my terminal and here I have already started my project. As you can see here, npx create react app assignment 1, and this is bunch of stuff. Okay, yes, and here you can see I just start. I have this code to open this project in my VS Code and yarn start to run this project. It will take some time. So until that, what we will do is we will just go through the files. So okay, let it take, but let's go through files. So as you can see, there are 3 folders and these some files. Okay, so what is yarn lock? Yarn lock is basically when you run npx install command or something like that. Yarn command where we want to install a bunch of packages. So in that process, yarn log file get generated. So readme empty file. So this is just, if you use GitHub, this is by default file generated when we use npx create react app. Then there is third file, which is package.json. Package.json contains bunch of information about our project, like name of the project, version, private, then bunch of dependencies, script, and other stuff. And git ignore file. So git ignore file is required when you want to push this this project on GitHub. So at that time it will just what you can say is when we push code to GitHub, it just ignores some files like node modules. It ignores all node modules because node modules contain bunch of information which is maybe 100 of MB or 200 of MB. So it will just ignore these node modules. Then there are 3 folders. So let's first talk about node module. So what is node module? Node modules are the modules or packages which we require to run this React project, which were generated while we run certain commands like npx create react app. So npx create react app contain a bunch of packages pre-installed. So in that process, node modules folder get generated. If I want to install another dependency or another package like Bootstrap or a Material UI, then I can install that using this command yarn install package name. Okay, like this, and the package will get added or you can say downloaded here. So here you can see bunch of packages and we don't need to. So public. So public folder. In React.js, your main file means React.js is a single page application. So the main file, or you can say like a main HTML file, is this index.html. From here, all the execution started. If we want to add links or something like font or some libraries, we can add here as we add in normal HTML. These are PNG files and this is manifest. SRC file. Here we write all our React.js code. So in index.html, everything is started because it is single page application and it is inside of this root element, means root div. Okay, so how it is started? It is started using index.js. If you see here in index.js, we have document.getElement by root, document.getElement by id root. So whatever we write inside of this app dot, or you can say like app.js, will be rendered inside of that div element. So as I said, whatever we write in app.js. So in app.js, we have to write multiple components, we have to structure multiple components and combine them in app.js. You can see here, this is our tool and you can see here, this is image, this is edit code and this is link. Every data or everything that we need to display in this page is we have to write here. We can write this in terms of component. Here they have everything simple, so they just write in just one file. But if we want to divide this image in another component and this text in another component, we can do that. So what is component? If you ask me what is component, component are simple structure, means if I have to explain component, then I will explain like this. Can I just right? Okay. So if you consider this as a web page, okay, then this first part is image, and this is one of the component. This is title. This is one of the component. This is subtitle and this is description. So these are components, and by combining all the components we will get this all website. Means we have to divide our website in bunch of components. Why components? Because they are easier to manage. Because if you learn about Bootstrap using normal HTML, then you will notice that it's hard to manage those components, or sorry, those cards or buttons. And this is button component. Then this might be one component and this is another. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 components out there. 6 or 7. Okay. So let's clean this file app.js, and if I want to write some CSS, then I can write this in app.css that CSS is only specific for this app component, then I will write this in app.css. If it is for whole web page, then I will write this in index.css because from here everything is started. Okay, so let's just remove everything. Okay, as you can see, re-render means we can select auto reload or hot reload. Suppose if I remove this too and I go to my app.js, I will remove this. Then we don't need this image, so I will delete this. And I don't need this image too, so I will delete it. Okay, so setup.base and these two files. So I will just, okay, you can keep class name as it is, and we will write our first program, which is hello world, and let's check if it is running or not. Yes, you can see here hello world. So what we will do now is we will build this structure. So let's start. So first what we want is div, or we already have div, so we will give some style like this, background color black. But as you can see, this is not actually black, this is kind of grayish. So just change this color to this color. These are random colors. You can choose as well. So I will add here h1 is equal to hello. So now what we want is width. So let's give width as 50 pw and height as 80 bh and I want this car to be simple. Okay. This is too much. So what we will do is we will give some fixed width. Fixed width like 400 pixels. So check on mobile. Because we have to check how it will look on mobile. Now, it's there again. Okay, so we can say it is looking good. Mobile and good. Now I want this card to be at center. So how to get this card at center is first simply we'll just add one component that let's say class name as container, and this is our add. So what I will do is I will say we have to add container and container, and we will use display flex. So what is display flex? If you know CSS, then it will be easy for you. So display flex is like if there are multiple items, then we can just arrange those items as we want. But now I want to arrange this item at center. So let's justify something center. Yes. And I will just want to align item center. And the type is here. So we get center. If you go to mobile, you can see that way. If you are in bigger screen, you will get this. So yes, we get this, and yes. Okay. Now what we want is image. Okay, so there is one way that I can add image directly from here, and there is another way that I can add image from as a component, right? So I will add image directly because we are not using image anywhere. Okay, I am not considering this. Okay, so just like this. So image, sorry, image. So see, let me just add my GitHub account. Let me take that one. Let's try this URL. Okay. Now I just want to give height and width. So I will say class name. If you notice, I'm not using class here. I'm using class name because in React.js, class word is reserved for class-based component, and here we are using function-based component. As I am explaining in my earlier videos. So I will say image image, and I will say width is equal to 100 pixels. Height is let's just increase width. Let's make this 200 200. It is looking too big, but it's okay. So I will use here align self center. Maybe let's try this self center. again. I know. If I say align atom center, then justify content center maybe. Maybe I have to edit this texture. Something went wrong. I will say center. I just add everything then. Okay, including being at the center. So what I will do is traditional approach is margin left auto, margin right auto. So now I think let me just make some changes in the file. So I will add div here. I will say last name as image container. Let's make this is, and you can say yes, right? So I will be adding here. And add image underscore container with same ability. But this time I don't want this to be an extension. This is we don't need height here. Okay. So yes. Oh, the center. Now I need some padding, top and bottom. So I will just say padding. First argument or first vertical bottom, and second one is horizontal. This vertical. So first one is vertical, second one is horizontal. So yes, and let's go and do this name. Go here and let's add name. So I can do like this, everything here, but I just want to show you how component works. So I will add this from another. So I will just say we will add another folder and some folders, and in this, as you can see, this is h1 h2 description button. So I will say here this as title, this is the subtitle, and this is description. So I will add title yes, and rf3. So this is extension I'm using. I think you have seen in my previous videos. Redux extension. Let me show you just one second. Redux, sorry, this one, React Redux extension. There are a bunch of, where are you? Okay. It was ES7 something like that. Okay, this one. ES7 Redux. This extension. This one. So, like this. Let's just go back to our title. Just increase the font by one. So, here I will add H2 or maybe H3 tag, and here we can pass text. For now, I will say title. So what is this? We can pass props. Props is the default argument. Right? Props. What is props? Props means. Let me just add that component quickly here inside this div and title. See, here you can see I am importing title from component title, and this is my title component. And now I have to pass some text here. Right? I have to pass text to this title. So how we can pass? There is one way is we can pass like text is equal to, or I will say message. So this website. Oh, we can't see anything here. Why? Because I'm not using anything here. So I have to use that property or prop. So we can use this using props dot text. See, now you can see there is something. But in case if there are multiple items, right? There are multiple items and I don't know what to do or how to use them. So how to use those components, sorry, props. We can use those using props.text. But now I will to destructure this props using curly brackets like this. Now we don't need to use this props, we can do simply like this. So now I just want to apply some style to this text. So how to apply style? We previously see using CSS style. Now I will show you inline style. So inline style is like this. Probably something went wrong. Okay, we can't use like this. Sorry. Yeah, color, and I just change this to dash. We can use this using these curly brackets. Now I want this to be whitish, or let's make this proper white. So I will say F F F, and now I want this text at the center. So this property is called as text align center. Text align center. So if you notice, in normal CSS or in normal CSS, what we do is we give color directly, right? We don't need to say, we don't need to add color inside of this like this, right? We can add directly for this is CSS file, but in JS file or in React Native, what we will do is if we want to add color or anything key value, so we always specify value in quotes. And there is another point is in CSS we write style like background color, background hyphen color, but in JS we write background camel case, background color like this. If you want to check if it will work or not, so I'll just say this and boom. So we have to remove the hyphen and make the first letter of the second word capital. That's called camel case. So yes, this is the capital, but I don't like this font weight, so I will say font weight as 500 or, or maybe 400. No, okay, 4. And for image, we need my username, so that for subtype. We have to go open back to my app.js and create a new file, like this. We have to go in the components. We have to say subtitle.js and say rfce. I will just copy paste this code because I know it will get repeated. So simply copy paste. And if we go to our app.js, now I need subtitle. So I'll just import this like this, and my username is this. And as you can see, there is bunch of space in between. Why? Because of something, right? So what we have to do, we have to go to index.js and we just have to remove the space. So how? H1, H2, or what you can do is start, and I have to say margin. This thing we have to do here. Let's give this as deep down. Yeah, I can see. So previously why it is not working, because I was applying to body. I just want to apply this to every. That's why it start apply to everything. So subtitle is notation. Subtitle is small, so I will go to title and make this h2. Okay, and this is h3 of course, but I just want this one to be 400. And color is bit of what you can say, not white. So how to you can just do easy and see sudden change. A fresh. Okay, this is good. And this is description. So again, we have to do same process. We'll get go here, open component, say description .js. This is not dated. Okay, I just have to explain how things work, so I have to do this. So this is simple component, and here we don't have that much inner components. The same, I will just copy this, paste here, and save paragraph, and same we have to pass text, and we go back to app.js and you see here we have to add description, and description is in code. So let me just okay. And now what I have to do is I have to add some information on description. So let me go to the page and stop there. Yeah, what Python programmer. Now I am teaching React.js and it is complete, not complete. So what happened? Let me just present this again. So as you can see, there is no padding. So let me just go to my app in app.css. Let's have some padding, like maybe 1 rm. Okay. Or maybe 0.5. This is good. And let's make this subtext or description. Font weight as 400. That is 300. And this is E. And now we have edit option, but we don't need that edit option. I just need followers, following, star count, and okay, location. So this is not looking that much good. Okay. So what we have to add here? Obviously spaces. So how we can add space? I would say margin vertical. Let's see if we have margin vertical here also. This one, check. Okay, there is no margin vertical thing here. We can add a margin. Margin vertical wasn't here, so it's in there. Then pixel 0. Okay. I think can add this. Right. Then you can go back to the subtitle, add here, and you can, okay, good. So at last, I need this followers column. So I will just make card like this. This is for follower, this is for following, and this is for start, like this. So let's make the start. Now you will get actual idea of card or components. So I will make card.js, and this is RFC image, and I will just add h1 and 1, and I will add this here, and there card and C1, right? So what I have to do is we go to part.js. Now we will use CSS. So I will add import. So I have to make one file. It's card.js. I will say here like card.js. Now we need that. So I will say card is equal to this one background color to be, for now it is white. For now I will change. I will say last name and card. Okay, this is too much. Right? So how to do this? So divide this into 3 columns. So for that we will go to our app.js and we will repeat this 3 times. But we want this vertically, so I will say class card container. We will go to app.js, and again we will use flex, but this time we will use space with. First make this flex direction and row. Now we want to divide this equal, so I will say justify content on center. There are options like space evenly. Okay. So let's hit that bar, and as you can see we need some padding here. So let's say margin. Yes, fine. Maybe 15 bits. Okay. Now let's make changes. Like first we need followers and count following and count, starts and count. Just see. Let's add title and then start. So we want this from parent component. So this is child component and the previous components is FJS, the parent. So I will say title as follows and count is equal to count is 7 and we'll just copy this, paste follower. I will say 21 and stars 6. So let's check. Okay. So certainly this is not looking good as we expected. Okay. But what we can do is first I just want to go to my app.js and remove this space evenly and just add space, okay, or maybe space around, okay. And second thing is card. Go to our card, okay. So then I will just add some width as maybe 100 pixel. Okay, so this is good. And the color is this. Dark. Oh, this is also not good. Okay, this is decent. I will say color and so okay. I will say color and on this office. I will need some padding as makes sense. Okay. I will say zero. Vertical into the knee pad. Okay. So what we will do is we'll say knee pad from everywhere. Border radius is also 5 pixel or 6 pixel. Okay. Now I want this text to be bold. So this will be like class name, title, this is for count, or we can select card title, card count. So easy to identify. Title, I will say I just want it to be text center. I can add this text center after it's align center. Yes. And title. Title is like font size. This one 80. Maybe 16. Font weight 500. Okay. So this thing. Then okay, so that's 400. And okay, this best card count as 18 and color is absolute white and just 500. Okay, so you can see these are both. So there is bunch of space left out. So what I have to do is let's add some spacing. Okay, this is our component and how it will work. So if we go to our GitHub, let's add something like 20 rem. Okay, this is my image. Let's add something like GitHub card or something. Okay. Can I remove this? I can set this to auto. Okay, I can. So I think it is looking decent and good. Not a perfect one, but decent. Let's add some margin. Okay, so margin. Not margin. This is for the radius. Let's try how it will look. Okay, and some shadow. So box shadow. Shadow. 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel, 1 pixel. H0. Okay, this is not looking good. Shadow is not looking good. So what I will do is I will inspect my code and click here and say depending on what I want. Actually everything is black, so I just want slight shadow like this. Very blur. I think so. Okay. Let's say this. Let's copy this and paste. Oh, shadow or fingers. Okay. Okay. Thanks for watching this video. In next video, we will manipulate this value using form main swap. that I will explain in next part. Okay, stay tuned and don't forget to do assignment. So what is assignment for? I think I just forgot to add my address, but that is not a compulsory thing. But you can add if you want. And the another assignment which I want to give you is build a business card. Means build a business card, something like this. Again, I can draw like this. Okay. Suppose this is my business card. Here I want my image in circular or rectangle form as you want. Then this is my title, this is my subtitle, and here you can see description. And here are my profile links like GitHub, then Facebook, Instagram, Twitter with their logos. And at the end, maybe somewhere here or here as you want, just add contact number or something like that if you want. And I just want to make this clear, this all data should be dummy, not your real account or real number. Just add the dummy data like lorem ipsum, or make some, get some popular figures, their Facebook links, their profile, I mean their business card, or their sportsman, their sport card, something like that. If there is any organization, then add logo. Try to make this as beautiful as you want and submit it. I will check, and if I and yes, submit it. I will surely add it in my Instagram. Okay, bye. Hello guys, back again with another tutorial. And until this, we complete this GitHub profile card. Now in this lecture, we will add a form here so we can change this data, its name, subtitle, description, calling count. We will change this depending on form. So I will add a form here itself. Means we will divide these screens into two parts. First one is for this card and second one is for form. So let's do this. So what we will do, so what we want is first divide this. Okay, how we can divide? Divide. Obviously we will use legs. So if I go to my app.css, I can see contain. And this by contain center. Okay. Now if I go there and add another thing, is we will give last name and form. Okay. And I will just add one component here, form. Okay. So for now I will add one component here as form.js. Yes, R and CE React function. So I will just add h1 and I will just say form. And import that component. Import like this. let's check. Now we want to divide this screen into two equal parts. So how to divide this? I just put that. I want to divide this screen into two equal parts. First one, we can do something like this. First, let it be okay. Let it be. Let's go to form first and just add our input. Then we will. So first, what I need is input type obviously text, and this. So I think we need bootstrap it because this is looking ugly. How I have to style this. So for this, we will be a bootstrap. So let me just get the cd and links of both. Okay. I will go to my index.html and paste here. Then JS library. Okay, we don't need that, but let's import. Add. Okay, now you can see the look is changed. It's a bit of change. You can see the font size and everything is changed. So what we have to do, we just have to reanalyze the things and change the class according to our bootstrap class. If we go back to our first, let's go to our title, and here you can see H2. Okay, H2 is like this, then I will say H3. And subtitle, if H3 is like this, then I will say H4. Okay. In this end, or maybe H5. Okay. Then if I go to my card, then here you can see some padding. Sure, padding, or maybe this is because of card. Let me check. Let's inspect this. Let's debug. Or okay, this I think because of padding. So what we have to do? Let's go to our index.css, add this class and say margin 2. Yes, that's it. And now we know that this is like that. So we can say here, and this is our container, and can I remove this? And container. So you can see now I need to add another thing as row. Here last name as row. So in the row we need two columns. So I will say last name is equal to last name and call md6 and call sm12 and this copy paste this becomes. Let me just second say one column. I'll copy my objects. Okay, and this is all. Okay. I don't know why this is happening. Let me just show it. Maybe because of container, maybe. So let's go ahead and now this check. Okay, it is because of the container. What we can do is we want this to be centered. We will apply these properties to row because we want text to get center and form to get center. Okay, so let's I will just copy. Okay, this is code step. Okay, so I will go to for and I will just copy this thing. Just the form method. And I go to my form. We don't need debug. It is not compulsory that we have to give. We just need something like parent. We can say that we just need something where we can play in the windows. I don't know why this is happening. Let me just click on this. Okay. I go ahead. Just this only. Okay. I think it is because of class. Let's make this class name and class name. And as you can see, inputs are not closed here, so we have to close this input because in React we have to close tags. And if it is self closing, then we have to close like this. If it is not self closing, then we have to close like this near to end. And we just need contact here. Let's put everything inside it. Where are we? Let me just okay. Now you can see this is email address, okay? But we don't want email address. We need first image link. So what I will do is first remove this because we will need this. Then email address will get replaced with image URL. placeholder is also image URL. Type say text. Okay. Type I will say text because we need class as a form. Okay, so let's do this. Okay, this one. So as you can see, this is input, right? And I have to write this every time. So can I make one component? Yes, I can, but I have to always write this anyway. So I just remove this one. So then we can make one component as input. So let's go here and make component as user input dot js. And let's say RFC test everything. So what we need label and we need label and rest of other prompts of input field. I will say prompts. So this will give other than label. Okay. And I will add that. Okay, then do this. Or you can say placeholder is same as label, right? Label and this is our label. So if I go back to my form, so we don't need this now. I will only say user input text, and in this I will say label as image URL. So that should work. Suppose if I remove this, then you can say there is nothing. Right? So if I add this, you can see image URL is image URL. Now we need title or name, and second one was username. Username. If I go to my so minimum height is equal to this. And we need username, and we need description. Okay, that's it. We just need this thing. So what we will do? what I want, if I paste some URL there like http dot blah blah blah, then it need to change this, like, or let's start with link. So we need to manage state. So to manage state, so I will say use state, and yes, I will call this variable as state itself. Initially, initial value will be something like image URL is equal to the current image URL, or wait, so let me just check if we can get any dummy image or blank image. Okay. This data is important. So let me just check. Okay, I think um, I will use the data about one image. There it is. There it is. Okay. So I will use this as a dummy image, and user name or name will be type your name, or maybe your name, because I'm not typing there, I'm typing in the form. So I will write your name, username, your username, your description, and we will change this value depending on the state. So I have to do something like this. State. So first I have to access values using the dot operator. So wait, state dot image where you can see the image or something like this. So this is square image. Now I have to make that image rounded. So let's go to our image class. Class, and I will say border radius as 100 pixels. Same text will be changed to, or title will be changed to state dot name, your name, state dot username, and description also be like state dot description, and we will keep this value static for now. So yes, this is description. So let's go to our form, and what we need. So we need this state to change its state. So I will pass this as a state and on this value state value. Right? And also I need state. So I will pass what I can pass form value is equal to state, because it will be confused if I use I will just change this as state form values. So basically, if we change form values, it automatically gets changed these values, because we are referencing set form values to set state, or set state to set form value. So let's go to our form and let's restructure everything as uh, form values. Like a same form values. So first one is image URL. So what we need here, we need one function which is on change. Okay, on change. What we will do is we will just change the value. So I will pass. So I think first we have to test this on name. Why? Because I just need to see how it works. Okay, so I will say on change, and I will say e, and now I want to save this value. Let's just console log and see what is coming in this event. So e dot target dot value. Let's see. Okay, okay. And suppose if I type A B C D, okay, you can see, right? But now I want this name to be reflected here. So how? First one is we have to set we have to set form values to what? To name as e dot target dot value. Now suppose I remove this, so we need code now, and if I refresh this, type ABC, now you can see other state get erased, or other state see, let me check what is happening. So now I am just console logging state. Okay. State means what is currently in this thing. So let's get it for that. See here you can see we have image, then username and everything. Now I will start typing. I will say name. So now you can see there is only one state. Other state get removed because I am not tracking that state or I am not storing that state anywhere. I am just writing or rewriting this state. So how to store that state? Means how we have to keep this previous state, right? Means other values. Just change this name. We want our username as it is and we want description as it is. So how? So for this, we have to go to our form and we have to say keep form values as it is and change name only. So what is this form value? So form value is the state and we are destructuring the state. Destructuring as we destructure our prompts. Now if I do this and if I type name now, see there is only name change. So we can do this for like this. Now we just need to change this username, okay, and okay, sorry, username, but I'm at wrong location, so I will just paste this. So, paste. Description, description. So if I type name ABCD, my username is something and my description is I am okay. As you can see, my description is not popping out. Why? So let's check our description. So let's first check our key. Description D is capital and we want to be small. So okay, so one. Okay, but now I don't want this code like this means I have to write this every time, right? So we can write one function as const handle state. This will get two parameters. First one is key, so I will write key, and second one is value, and we will do everything. It's okay. Now you are thinking like where is e, right? So we will just replace this with value. So, value. Now we have to handle state name and a key value. Name is the key, right? So I have to say key and this key, let's can see the difference. Okay? So just copy this, paste here, just copy this, paste here, and this has user and name, and change this as a description. So you will get idea of what is happening. Okay. Now if I say type ABC, nothing is changing. Why? Because I am appending parameter to key, but I am passing this name, right? So how to change this? To change this, we just have to add square bracket. Square bracket treat this key as actual key, means if I pass name, then this will consider as name. Okay. So let's do this now. CD and description. Everything is working till now. Let's go and change image to. So I will say image URL. Okay. I can't just type image. I need something. So I need some URLs. So let's get another image. Yeah. Suppose if I go back to my GitHub, and let's try to get that image. This is my image. So what I will do, I will just paste that image here. Boom. And my name is Mitesh. Super. And my username was Mitesh2499. And my description was, let me just copy paste my description, that I am Python programmer. Boom. That's it. And let's check on mobile end. Okay, this is not looking good. So let's fix this issue. I think this is because of that container maybe, or padding with that. But okay, this is because of our bootstrap. Okay. So what we will do is we will just remove this, or yeah, let's remove padding left. Let's go to our hello guys. Hello guys. Until now we hello guys. Until last tutorial we did this. We can change values depending on the form. Like this. Let's say ABC, then you can say name is that is the name is like ABC no? Or something like that. Which URL is I can type anything. If that is the image, then will display image. If it is not image, it won't. Okay. So yes, that's it. So today we will use GitHub API. to fetch this information, and we will remove this form. So if I go to my form in app.js, so I will comment this part and I will make this red. Why it is not reloaded? Sometimes it works, sometimes. Okay, but it is not accented, so we have to get that to sync. Okay. Let's sort of thing. Okay, fine. So what I will do now is I will remove this. I will remove this row div and if we go back to our CSS, where we add this, right? So I will change this to container itself. Okay. Maybe width person. Justify contain center. I don't know if it's working. Okay, let me check what is wrong with this. If we want this, let's debug this. Okay, let's do background color as effect. Okay, now we can see this is my container, and now I want my container to be at center, or can say align self-center. Align self-center. Okay, then if I say margin left auto, okay, margin left, there's many suggestions I can't even see. Margin left auto, and margin right auto. Still not. I don't know why. Okay. Let's do one thing. Let's try. Okay, let me just. Okay, I will explain. Okay. So we can go to React.js. here. So here, I just remove this column and oh, it automatically went. So it was because of those columns. So let's go to app.css and remove this line. So now what we want is, okay, let's do directly. Okay, I think we need one input where I will type my name or username and we will get this card. So let's first take input. Let's go to our app.js and here itself I will add one input. We go to our form. Here you can see we have already added some inputs. So I'll just copy that one, paste it here, and the name is, basically there is no name or there is no label, and handle state will be like um, search text. Okay. So this will handle state. So we need handle state function. So it handle state function and go ahead and, or eventually we don't need handle state here. So what I will do, we don't need these many things. So we will use state again, and this time I will say search text. So search text. Initial value is empty. By default value is value. Okay. And this is search text. So I can directly do something like this. Set search text and so we don't need handle state function or anything like that. You can pass it to value. So let's check out. Okay, looking good. But we need placeholder too. So I will add placeholder and search username or GitHub username. Don't know why I did that there. Placeholder, right? Or label. So label and this. Don't know why did I not do that to this page. Okay, okay. So you can strictly say placeholder. Okay. And I will use some 2 or margin top 2. Okay, just check again. Yeah. Okay, it's fine for now. This page. So if I type name like ABC, so let's check state. So I will state and let's see. Oh, if I type ABC, so my name is Mitesh 9499. So I need this information. So how to get it? So we'll go here and our API endpoint is, or URL is, so URL on URL is equal to, let me just copy that URL. This is our URL, and we need to pass username. So let me just open this URL here. Here you can see nothing, right? So I have to pass my username. Suppose I pass message 2499. Then this will give me my avatar, then this avatar, then my name, which is name, then my username. Search for, okay. So login means username, and description means bio. So yes, and we get following, followers, and stars too. Maybe there are stars. Let me just check. Twitter username, public reports. Okay, there is no star count. Maybe there is no star count, but we can use this as public records. Okay, or maybe let me just check what we can. Okay, or we can just say followers and followers. So we need one button, right, to hit this issue. So we need one button. So I will close this in between search, and then give I will say button. Button name is search. Class name and button primary, and I will say text center, or maybe MX auto. Okay, or maybe MY auto, something like that. I need this text to be a center. So maybe I have to enclose this inside of there. Let's check. And if I give same class there without this primary element, then it should be at center. Yes, because of text center it's at center. So I will search this. Oh, nothing is happening because I haven't called it. So this is our endpoint or URL. Now I have to pass my search text. So we need to handle this. So I will say const handle API, and so we need one other thing, which is if we got text, right, we need to reflect this state everywhere. So I will say, I will just comment this. Let's copy this again. Why I'm commenting? Because if you want to reference this again, you can reference. So I will just remove this. And currently my state is empty. Okay. Currently my state is, I think we need this. We need this. Currently my state is like this. Now I want to change those values. right? So how? First I need to call that API. So for that I have to use fetch. How to use fetch? For fetch, if we go to their official website, fetch in React.js, not Axio or data fetch. If we just refer any blog, what they will say is, let me just, okay, I'm not getting any proper answer which I have to search. React.js page. Okay, this. This is how we fetch. So what we need is we have to pass URL here, and this is kind of like asynchronous request. So we will get result, and after getting result, we can just store. So let's check how it will work in our app. So if I say URL and URL, and now you can see we have to pass proper URL with search text. So I will say this, so URL $URL with search text. So what I will do, I will remove this slash and I will add that slash here. So fetch this dot. If we get this, then I want that result as result. Oh wait, we get this thing. Result will be console.log result.gist. So let's check. Handle API will call on submit. So I will say on click. Handle API. What is URL? Okay, URL. Okay, suppose if I hit search now, we'll get one prompt which says fulfilled. If I say Mitesh 2499 and if I hit search, we'll get again promise and which says fulfilled. But we want result, right? We want actual data. So how to create that actual data? We have to pass we get result, then we want that JSON result then we want that result to be in console.log format as result. So in first, then we will get promise, which is can say like we get data there, but which we can't read. And if we do that again, then certainly we can get data. Yeah, here you can see we get data. So what I have to do here is I want to store that data here. Means I want to map those keys. If you see for outside URL we have in this data we have author URL, but here in our project we have image URL. So we have to map that. You can say we have to set those. So I will say set state as image URL as result dot what. Let me just copy this, or let's go. Okay. So let's do this things of our URL. Then you get name, username, description. And we'll add two things also, which are following and follower. So starting they are 0 and 0. Okay. So let's and let's change name as result dot name is my actual name. So this is name and username as login. Then description. A description as bio and following is simply following results dot following and simply results dot followers follow, and we have to map those keys follow and follow. So we don't need 3 here. Now we don't only need 2. We don't have start. So what I will say here as state dot following state dot follow. Go back to our React project. Here you can see the 2 values. If I type message to value in the search, then you will get this much information. So this is working, right? So let's get another user. So let me just check my GitHub. So and let's take some popular paint. Let's take some sugar. I don't think so. So let's take this user. You can see Kent. Okay, I don't know the phone after. Maybe could let it be there. So I will say Kent. I search. Yeah, wait. Okay, so what I want now, okay, 2490. Okay, it is working. So if I, so what I want, so I want like if I click on my If I click on this card, then I will, or not on this. Okay, let's say if I click on my username, then I will navigate to my profile page. So here you can see my HTML URL. So we'll go ahead and I will simply add this line as anchor tag href. So now you can see we have only this much data. So what if I want other data too, other than this? Should I write like for every key I have to map with every other key? No, I don't have to do that. Why I do that here? Because I need this static data. Uh, let me just show you why I need to map this. Okay. Let's just say hash for now. So if I remove this and let's go see. Now we don't have any data here. So I want this empty image, this name and everything. For that I have used this dummy data. So that's why I have to map those keys to this data or this state. So other than that, if I want, then I will just simply destructure it like this: results or result. And simply I can, suppose if you want to see, okay, let's remove this and I will show you what is the difference between that state and if I use state. Okay. So currently state is like this. Okay, we have this dummy data. Suppose if I type message 24 and if I just hit search, then I will get this information of me which says Mitesh, we have followers following 7, this. Okay, now what I will do, I will go here and destructure my result object. And again, if I hit search, then you can see we get bunch of information other than those keys. Okay, we get outer URL also, we get bio also, and here we get description also, which is similar to bio. Okay, but now what I need only this HTML URL, so I can easily access that HTML URL by simply saying state.html. Okay, boom, that's it. And what I want now, suppose if I type A and it's okay, someone is here also. So if I say some weird number, okay, is also user. Okay, if I say 0, okay, then okay, 0 is also the user. Oh my god. Suppose if I say message and other than 0499, I will add 0 at last. Okay, at this time you can see there is no such user, so I have to populate that, or I have to say like no user found. So for that I have to handle this by As you can see here, okay, we are not getting error, but if I say dot catch and this will be an error, and I will just console log that error first. So what error? What is that error? So let's start checking. Okay, start checking. Let me just remove this. Okay. Okay. We get message as not found. Okay. So perfect. We get message here as not found. So what I have to check, let's see if we get message here or not. So we are not getting any message here. So we have to just check or add one condition here. Don't need to add this. We have to check here itself and state dot message. If message is key, then if message is true, then I will say here h1 or h2 message itself, no record, whatever it will be, and if message there is no message, then we will render our car. What happened? Maybe. So if there is message, then there is. Okay. Okay. But now you can see we get this not found message at the start. Suppose if I just do this, okay. So now we don't have that message. Now if I type message 249990 and then search, then we can see not found. But if I remove that 0 and search, then you can see this. So simply we did this. Suppose if we get another user, but what if the user is empty? I don't want this, right? Not fun. Yes, that's it. This is GitHub profile using React Native. I can search any name here if you want to search guys. So that's for today guys. Thank you for watching this video and